Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Morgan Harper, and today I'm here with what? What is your name again?
Morgan. I literally made meatballs with one of your cows last night.
I'm just kidding. I'm here with my gal pal, Nichole Fecteau. Nichole is a proven, talented real estate agent that lives here in Berwick. She is the biggest cheerleader for the town of Berwick and always supporting local small businesses. She's one of our biggest fans. So I appreciate her greatly, and I look up to Nichole. I know she's never like a huge fan of me saying this, but I do look up to Nichole. I think that her confidence and her bright, shining star in this town is something to be admired. So thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you. I'm going to come here more often.
So Nichole, real estate in Berwick is obviously, your bread and butter. What's the 411 lately?
I would say I love Berwick. So I think Berwick real estate is it's outperforming other local towns. I think that we've got a lot of potential because we have a lot going on in town, right? We're building a downtown. We've got amazing recreation programs. The rec department's really growing and really becoming very robust. We've got river access. We've got trails. We have parks. There's so much right here.
Yeah.
We're really close to tax-free New Hampshire shopping. It makes Berwick very desirable. It's not as built up as some of the other towns, and we're seeing that people really love that rural character that
I know I do.
Yeah, I was even thinking like in the planning board, we're really working to preserve the rural character while developing specific parts of the town. But that is contributing to a market that people want to buy here because of all of those factors. So the market in Berwick is great. We have what I see is people that are selling their homes are staying in town. It's not so much they're selling their homes.
They're not getting out of Dodge.
They're not moving away unless they have to for some reason. But it's a great market.
Wonderful. And you live here in Berwick, right in downtown?
I'm going to tell you a little story, Morgan. I don't just talk the talk, but I walk the walk. And I think that's one thing that might set me apart. And I sold my beautiful house on the outskirts of town. Now, I've been on the planning board for a lot of years with a small intermission and a variety of other boards, Brownfield Planning Committee, Comprehensive Plan Committee. I don't know. There's a bunch of
You've volunteered for a number of things.
For a lot of years, and I've really helped to, along with a lot of people, some are in this room right here, but along with a lot of people, we help to shape what's happening downtown. And I walk the walk by selling my beautiful house not in downtown, and I bought a house downtown just because I see the potential for what's going on. I know what it's going to look like in 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. So yeah, I live here. People will see me walking around downtown. We wanted this to be a walkable community. It's something
it's getting there for sure. It's great.
Like 10 years ago, we were doing charrettes, and the one thing people wanted was a walkable community. Well, I walk it every single day. And
so it's here.
It's getting better. Sidewalks could use some help, but it's getting better.
One step at a time, yes.
Literally.
And what got you into real estate in the first place? Like, was that like always something you're interested in, or?
I really wanted to sell used cars.
Okay.
Which is hilarious. I was a stay-at-home mom, and then I got divorced, and I was like, ooh, used cars probably isn't going to pay the bills. And I thought, what's greater than that? Selling houses. And that's really, that's how it started.
Cool. An interesting jump. But you've really taken it, a long way. You're not just like a popular local real estate agent. You've had lots of achievements. You've won awards. You have your own program out there that's actually teaching other real estate agents.
Soon. Yeah. Yes, but yeah.
Can you tell us more about that yet?
I can. I should be filming that right now, but here we are filming this. I'm launching, I'm actually speaking so I work for Better Homes and Gardens, the Masiello Group, which is a franchise, and the Better Homes and Gardens national real estate company we're having our convention in 2.5 weeks. And so I'm actually teaching there. So I have I'm teaching for like 3 hours, which is a little
Oh my
daunting.
gosh, yeah.
It's estimated somewhere between 200 and 500 people will be in my class. So
That's a good group.
yeah. And I'm teaching this class that I developed through my years of struggling at the beginning with real estate. And I just developed this system. And a lot of it has to do with giving back to the community. A lot of it has to do with...
Which you are so generous with. I mean, you sponsor town events all the time. You're always championing our local businesses. Your social media is always, pushing word of mouth of, places you love to go. So we appreciate you being here and doing that.
It's authentic. I really do love it. Like, to me, that's my job, is to support my community. And I take... not to get off track, but one of the things that I do is I spend every dollar in Berwick that I can, and that's just my personal crusade.
It makes a big difference, though.
Yeah, it's more of the walk the walk part, right? I think last year I added it up, and I think it was over $38,000 of my money that I earned that I spent
Directly
in
back
Berwick.
into
Yeah,
the community.
yeah.
That's a huge
so it's
difference.
important, but that is part of what I teach. So I'm also launching this big online class, which is what I should be filming right now.
Well, priorities,
And editing. And so that's going to be a national class.
That's amazing.
Thanks. I keep a lot of that really hush hush. So
Yeah. Well,
you heard it here first.
bringing you to the spotlight.
Yeah, that's great.
What was maybe one of the more complicated or like harder things you had to overcome with your long career in real estate? Was there like a moment where you're like, I just can't get through, this glass ceiling or whatever?
When I was brand new and I first started doing just how I generate business, which is a little different than how other people do it, and I started to get some success at it, I thought, oh, I'm going to sell real estate everywhere, right? Like Berwick, I'm going to Kittery, I'm going to Portsmouth, I'm going to Elliott, wherever. And broke into the luxury market a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I just found that it was so far removed from who I am and who I wanted to work with. And I think that was like, it was a struggle within myself. Like, why can't I do this? And it was just because I was inauthentic, and I'm a big fan of authenticity.
That's such a great point. Like, when you are not doing something that is true to who you are, you're going to hit those roadblocks.
Oh, it's terrible. So, so when I kind of dialed all that back and went back to focusing on Berwick, actually, they used to make fun of me in my brokerage 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and they called me the Queen of Berwick. They'd be like, oh, here comes the Queen of Berwick. And that was an insult. And now I'm like, yeah, I am the Queen of Berwick.
What's wrong with that?
And that's not
More
an insult.
power to you.
I've built a beautiful business on that.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with, it's all right to be itty bitty, in the words of Alan Jackson, right?
Thank you. Yes, I love that.
And you are a country music, pretty much country anything fan.
Pretty much,
From what I can tell.
Yes, pretty much.
Nichole has participated in one of our own Drigo Ranch cattle drives.
Yes,
out there.
Remember that?
Boots and lasso, yeah.
That was scary.
We did it.
We did.
And you're
That was
always
scary.
line dancing in your free time. You love country line dancing, whether it's at the Feed and Seed or where else do you go?
We go to Eastside Tavern tonight, Thursday nights at Eastside Tavern
Fun.
in Rochester, which is really cool because it's like less than 10 minutes away.
Yeah, well, that's great.
And my convention is in Nashville, so I'm like, this is meant to be,
Perfection.
right?
Yeah. How many new boots are you going to bring home is the real question.
Oh my God. I'm on a budget, Morgan.
There's always room for boots in the budget.
It's 2025.
I know.
Yes, I'll definitely be bringing boots home.
Perfect. And when you're not line dancing or deep into real estate, you are on the planning board here for the town of Berwick.
Yeah.
And you are an avid pickleball player down at the rec field.
Now.
So you do a lot in the town. Can you tell us more about those participations?
I can. People think I am, is it a sadist or a masochist? I love being on the planning board. James is sitting here.
We want you to be passionate about it.
I love it. Honestly, I do. I just find it so fulfilling. I love the work. I love learning more about it. I love the land use ordinance. I love town planning and how that happens. And it's like, I love the big picture and like just condensing things. I love planning boards so much. They know this.
Working toward a bigger goal.
Yeah, I walk in, I'm full of energy. I just love that.
Isn't it amazing when you're doing work that energizes you instead of drains you.
Yeah.
How much like you're like ready to go, even though it's like a lot of work.
Yeah, even though it's on my line dancing night.
You'll still do it.
I love it.
The commitment is real.
Yeah, the planning board really does brings me a lot of fulfillment, and I do. I get energy from it. Pickleball's a relatively new thing for me. A couple of months ago, the lady that bought my house actually from me, I sold 2 years ago to move downtown. She texted me and she was like, "Hey, do you play pickleball? Do you want to meet me at the courts?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot we had those new courts down there."
Yeah, there are a nice new set of courts down at the rec field.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, I don't know how to play. I have paddle, but I don't know how to play." And she was like, "I'll meet you there and I'll teach you how." She taught me how, and I'll tell you, I've never played a sport in my life, like never done sports. I am sporty, and that's what I found out. And
That's cool.
I think anybody that plays pickleball would agree. It's so addictive. Well, you saw me down there that one
Oh
day.
my gosh, you're going. You're like 100 miles an hour with that
It's so
paddle.
fun. It's so addictive. Anybody can do it. It's not super physically demanding.
Yeah.
I mean, I play with women in their 70s and, women in their 20s.
Well, that's great. That if anyone can do it, it's inclusive.
It is. It's so fun. And we've got such a great group of people that go down there. The women that I've met, like we've got this nice little group of us, and
That's cool.
from all walks of life, Berwick and South Berwick mainly. And it's just such a fun, healthy thing to do. That's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're getting together, you're doing some physical movement.
laughing. We're just, it is good. Yeah.
So what nights do you guys meet for that, and are you open to more participants?
Yeah, we actually have a Facebook group. I think it's Berwick Rec Pickleballers. It is not associated with the rec department or anything.
Sure.
Somebody named it that, and that's what it's named. But we usually post on there. So right now it's October 2nd that we're filming. So it's getting colder out and it's getting darker sooner. So hours subject to change. But we typically go Mondays. We'll try to get there around 4 if we can, just so we can play for longer. We play for like 3 hours at a time.
That's a long stretch.
It's like no joke. It is no joke. So we play Mondays there. We play Friday nights there. Mm-hmm. And then we play Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock.
Okay, so a lot of different times, though, for people to show up and give it a try.
Yes. Those are the consistent times. And then it's like, if somebody's like, "Oh, hey, I have time. Does anybody want to meet and play?" We play.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. Cool. And I can walk there.
Yeah, well, even better, because it's
Right?
that walkable community
We have a
that we're
walkable
working
town
on.
now. Yeah, with pickleball courts. What more could you want?
And so you're such a multifaceted person, a really interesting person. I also know, fun fact, that you have a captain's license?
I do have my captain's license.
So from like cars to
Yes.
boats to pickleball. So
yeah, pretty much everything.
you participated pretty heavily in the boat launch at the river here in Berwick too, right?
I co-chaired that with Dennis Dupuis. Yeah, that was, I'll tell you what, that is one of the few times that I have. So I was on the committee. We co-chaired the Friends of the Berwick Riverfront, it was called at the time. One of the few times that I've had the gavel hit on me at the select board meeting. I cried over that boat launch. And I believe I did shed blood too, because we did a lot of work down there.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Work, we did ourselves. So yeah, that was quite a project. Yeah.
Can you tell us where the boat launch is and a little bit more about how you can use it?
I wish I knew the exact address. I used to. The boat launch is on Rochester Street. I want to say it's like 102 Rochester Street. It probably is what it is. It's a kayak launch. I don't know if they haven't taken it out yet. They're taking it out soon, but it goes in the spring, sometime in May. We've got a porta potty there, which is so nice.
Oh, that is really
There's
nice.
a little picnic table there now. There's plenty of parking. And you can launch your canoe or kayak or paddle boards, whatever.
You take the dogs paddle boarding.
I do, yeah. I do take the dogs paddle boarding. Yeah, it's a great thing. I love it. Anytime I'm on the river, I always talk to everybody on the river, and I love to hear that they're like, "Oh, we love this launch." It's a nice little like.
Well, it's so nice to see something come full circle when you put the time and effort into building it, physically building it, and then to see people enjoy it is a beautiful thing.
It's so awesome. Yeah, that was a good project.
Cool. Are there any other exciting projects that you have in the works at the time?
Oh my God, honestly, I don't think so. I don't think I have anything.
That's probably good.
Subject to change. If something could happen at the end, by the end of today, who knows? If somebody needs me, they always call me. If somebody needs something done, they call me, and it'll get done.
What is the best way to reach out to you for real estate questions or questions about, I guess any of the other things you've heard?
Pickleball, captaining ships. Anybody can call or text me. It's so easy to find my number, but it's 251-9535. It's like literally just text me.
And you're on Facebook and your website.
All the things, yeah. Cool. All of the things.
And what is it that you love most? I mean, I know you love a lot about Berwick, but if there was like a number one or, number two things that you like the most about Berwick, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. This is really a beautiful town, and I've spent a lot of time in a lot of different places. I've spent a lot of time in Cape Cod. I've spent a lot of time in
You're
Florida.
like a crazy world traveler too.
I travel a lot. It is so beautiful here. Sometimes, so I just bought this little convertible, and I make my kids take me on sunset drives. It's like driving Miss Daisy. It's just a stupid thing I do.
No, that's a great way to spend time.
Or they drive around, and I just observe the scenery, and it is so beautiful here. And sometimes I think we really miss it because we get bogged down in the nonsense online and
your day to day, you're going to work, you're commuting, you're coming home.
There's so much going on that is distracting from like letting go of it and just driving and looking around and appreciating it and knowing what we're fighting for and knowing what we're working for and knowing what we're working to preserve and all that. It's just, it is beautiful. I think that's, I would say, the number one thing. I love like the rural beauty of our town.
That is beautiful in and of itself. And you're right. Yeah. Slow down. Smell the roses.
Yeah. All that. Get off the internet.
Yeah.
Close Facebook.
Yeah. Really. Every once in a while,
Seriously.
You do close Facebook sometimes and go digging as well.
Oh, yeah. I do archaeology.
I'm an archaeologist.
Yes.
Like I said, a woman of many.
And do archaeology too. Yeah. Yep.
Where does that play in?
So my youngest son, I'm a mom first and foremost. My youngest son, when I think he was like 14, he wanted to be an archaeologist. He's really into metal detecting. He's found a lot of cool things.
Yeah, he's come out on our property before, and there's some old trails and stuff back there.
And he's gone to Peter Cook's property. Like he's really in with the Beauvaires. He's really like he's a cool dude. And he really wanted to learn more about archaeology. He's like, I want to be an archaeologist. I was like, okay. So I did the mom thing and found archaeologists around here. There is like a woman-owned archaeology company in Dover. And it's called...
Who would have thought?
I know. I had no idea. Independent Archaeological Consultants. They're so wonderful. They invited us to a dig that was going on in York. And so we went there, and I have a picture of him that day because I'm like, we're taking a picture because this is it. He was like, Mom, this is it. I love this. This is what I want to do. And they sent me to the state of New Hampshire archaeologist. Who knew that our states have archaeologists? Like Maine has an archaeologist. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's not something you generally think about. But he's
that.
Looking for, I guess, with archaeology, and metal detecting, you can find all kinds of things.
Yes.
But what is he looking for specifically?
Well, with metal detecting, he's looking for anything he can find. With archaeology, we search for stone lithics is basically all you really get up here in New England because our soil is so acidic it breaks down anything else. So we find old hearths, we find points or what people would call like arrowheads. Most of what we find is the byproducts from stone tool making. So when, a Native American was sitting there converting this core of rock into a tool, we find the flakes that flaked off. And there's so much...
You can piece it together from that?
Well, not really. Sometimes you can, but what you can see is that, like, even the flakes are so interesting. Like, a flake of rock is so interesting if you know what you're looking at.
Sure.
So we just learned about that. But, yeah, we go on a dig every summer. I was just on a dig 2 weeks ago. I call it... Well, it's rescue archaeology, I guess. So the New Hampshire State Archaeologist calls us when he has something that needs to be done. We go out and we do the dig. And then we go to Concord in the winter and we work in the lab and catalog artifacts. And
this is wild. There's like so so much to that. And it's just like a side project. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hobby. It's a hobby.
With, I guess, having done that, does it give you any deeper appreciation, or is there any sort of historical thing that you've learned that kind of contributes to your real estate business or your love for the town of Berwick?
That would be so cool. You know what would be cool is to have a project here. I was actually I had to dig out a stump in my yard, and I found some artifacts, which was pretty cool. I'm very cool. Close to the river. Because of our proximity to the river, there probably are some historically significant sites on the river.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've found or learned anything that contributes to any of that, but I will say that I did find an artifact, or my son found it, and I got to touch an artifact that was 8,500 years ago. We carbon dated it. So like to be the next human being to touch something in
wild
8,500 years is pretty cool.
I would say so. Yeah. Well, how does that compare, out of curiosity, to like the oldest house you've ever sold or been?
Well, let me tell you about the French and Indian War.
History lessons with Nichole Fecteau.
The French and Indian War really decimated this area, right? The French and Indians were horrible to the people of Berwick. So most of the properties were burned down and destroyed during that war. So we don't have a lot of super old historical properties here in town. I think that's actually a kind of a cool thing to know.
Yeah, that is.
Paul and Pat Bobert will teach you everything you want to know about that.
We'll have to get them in here.
Yes. But so I think the oldest house I've been in is probably theirs, and I forget what year it is. It's definitely in the 1600s. Jeremy's saying yes. It was definitely in the 1600s, and man, what a cool property.
That's neat.
You should do the filming there, actually. It would be really cool. But yeah, I think I've seen pretty much every old house in Berwick. Peter Cook's house is another one that's a very old house. It's so neat. It's so neat to see how people lived, and especially when you have people who are so passionate about preserving that history. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I've learned anything from it, but I think it's really cool to look at. You can appreciate it. You can appreciate it. Yeah, you definitely can. Especially when you know the history of what those houses have seen.
Yeah, and there's so much.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. So tell me more about volunteering for the town of Berwick. You do participate in so many different things. If someone wanted to get involved, where would you recommend that they start? Do you have any insight on that?
So depending on what they're into, I started volunteering at the library.
Okay.
And when I realized I can't be quiet, I was like, this isn't the right place for me.
You have to know your strengths a little.
Maybe the planning board. But yeah, so I think it's like depending on what you're into, everybody will accept volunteers. And it just is like, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do you like to do? Do you want to work in a group? Do you want to work by yourself? I think getting in touch with anybody downtown, you could walk into the town hall, go talk.
I'm here, put me to work.
Yeah, go talk to go up to the front desk and say, hey, what are the volunteer opportunities? Because they do change. We get vacancies on boards all the time. And then there's always little pop-up committees that need help. And there are some people that are really good at, organizing or leading, or even just like, getting snacks, like whatever it is, we can use you in the town for sure.
For sure. I mean, it's sometimes hard, I think, to say, okay, how am I supposed to find time for that? Or, how is it flexibility wise to build in time for volunteerism?
So my kids were really little when I started volunteering, and I would drag them to my meetings. They learned a lot about civil service during that time.
Not a bad thing to expose them to.
Yeah, no. And they learned a lot about how the government works, which I thought was pretty cool. So I think that even if it's, appropriate, bringing kids to those things is a good thing. And that kind of helps to free up time a little bit and gets them involved. Of course, my kids won't volunteer now.
They've had their fill.
Yeah, they're like, we're good.
Give them time, though. I bet they come back to it when they get a little older.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you for being here and sharing with us about so many things. I mean, if you want to talk to someone about, like we said, pickleball, boating,
archaeology,
archaeology,
line dancing.
She's your girl.
Yeah. Yeah, call me. We could just talk.